just got the driver's seat out, and I've noticed some water running out front of the car from the interior, but I hadn't realised just how wet it was. I squeezed that, I don't know if you can see in this light, there's water just running out of the foam underneath. So all that's going to have to come out to dry sooner rather than later. So I shall take some more trim panels out and see if we can get rid of this carpet, probably on both sides, and give it a chance to dry out. Right, seats are out. They're actually in pretty good shape. The bolster on the driver's side is a bit worn, but nothing that can't be repaired. They'll come up pretty nice with a clean, and the seatbelt guides are actually okay. I thought they were intact, not intact. Someone's attempted to glue that, but it hasn't lasted. Over at the car, got most of the rear trim out, and the good news is, unlike the 300, no rust around the strut tops, all looking really clean there, really ship shape. So with that trim gone, this carpet's getting close to coming out. The centre console's got to come out. I come around here, if you hear the noise in the background, not quite sure what's going on out there. You can see that this trim panel, its clips had broken and it had been stuck back in with some sort of black silicone. So yeah, if I do want to put this interior back, probably need a new one of those to make that work nicely. Just going to keep working my way around, get rid of all the screws for this centre console, and then with a bit of luck, the carpet, at least the back piece of carpet, can come out. Right, down to 2 remaining bolts or screws to remove the centre console. Slight snafu though, I don't have my removal tools for car stereos. I've got a couple of different ones. I'd hope that one of them would fit, but both sets are at home. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and start removing some of the front trim, see if I can get in behind it, maybe get in with a blade or something, try and lever that out. Not too worried if I damage it, to be honest. Not an awful lot of use for a very aged CD headset, albeit a fairly nice Alpine one. So I'll remove some front trim, see if we can get in behind it, and go from there. Centre console's out. I've stuck some labels on the wires so that it's a little bit easier when it comes to put it back together. Got a few aftermarket things to remove, like the Parrot Bluetooth system. There's a fair mess of wiring back there that I'll want to tidy up at some point. Obviously there'll be some mods to the heater controls, as you may have seen on the channel already, in order to control either a PTC heater for this one or another Outlander water heater. We shall see. But that should be everything to release this big wet piece of carpet. So I'm going to tidy up a bit, get that out in order to dry it out. The front carpet is out, and as you can see, it's a good thing too, because there is a lot of standing water in there that's going to need drying up. Not so bad on the passenger side, the driver's side very much. I'm going to get the wet and dry vac on this to get the worst up, and then hit it with some, I don't know, something to displace the water, minimise the development of any more rust. The nice thing about this though, having it out, is that I can access all the cables really easily. So actually things like tracing the wires from the fuel sender up to the dash for the fuel gauge will be much easier with all this out. So wet and dry vac, and then I'm going to wrap it up for today. And there we go. Now damp rather than actually sopping wet. If we go down the other side, a couple of things. You can see that it's clearly been wet up front for quite a while and rust started to develop there. So I need to get in there, peel that back, wire wheel it, treat it and paint it. In fact, I will need to do that. And the water's got so bad it's actually degraded some of the soundproofing around here. So the rest of that will have to come off, be replaced with Dynamat or similar. And I might remake that rather rusty hole around there as well. Just weld it up and drill a new one out once I've cut the rot out. But that's all stuff that can be done when it's on the rotisserie, and that will come down the line. For now, it's clean enough for me to test out the new seats in here, which will go into the 300. And yeah, all things being equal, I'll be doing that tomorrow.